I had to go live off the iPad, off the iPad on Instagram. I enjoy back days. Oh, wait a second. Umi, you telling me all that cake didn't come from like focusing exclusively on them glute bridges? Hmm? Surprising. Very surprising. What's going on, IG? What's happening? This is a dating and relationship Q&A. So if y'all got any questions, y'all can drop them in the chat. Streaming on multiple platforms right now. I believe, Maz, can we check, make sure I'm streaming on YouTube? Never mind, I can check and see if I'm streaming on YouTube. I can check. Let me see. Make sure. Yep, everything's up there. I don't know. Are we streaming? Let me see. We should be. I don't think we are. Why wouldn't we be? OBS about to piss me off. YouTube is up? Okay, why am I not seeing it on my end? All right. Appreciate you, Hannah and Danny. Danny, I forgot your name for a second. I don't know if that's early onset Alzheimer's. I don't know what the fuck just happened. But I did definitely just forget your name. Okay, IG. We're doing dating and relationship Q&A. Y'all drop it here. You're going to see me shift my focus because I'm streaming on the iPad. I'm also live on YouTube and on TikTok. What's going on, bro? Long time no see, man. Yeah, I felt that was you at the DMV, man. I was gonna holler at you. You dipped out though. What's up, Kiana? No, I've always had this genetics. Okay, so the ass has always been there. That's what you're trying to tell me. That ass won't build. That ass was nurtured. Just raw genes. Well, aren't you lucky, huh? Aren't you lucky? Born with a BBL. Just born with a BBL. I saw one of your videos. I thought you had a diaper on. I said, what the hell? Is that a Huggy? Does Umi have a Huggy on back there? What is happening? All right. Fantastic. Live room on TikTok. We got to build IG up. Thought I was chopped, but I went to a party and girls were willing to twerk on me and stuff, but I wasn't feeling it. What you mean you wasn't feeling it? You might have some shit to address. You might, you might, because I would be feeling it. What you mean you won't feeling it? Come on, man. All right, people. If you have a question pertaining to dating and relationships, remember on TikTok, y'all can hit the button at the bottom of the screen with the blue and pink person. Request up. I'll solve your issue. If you are on another platform, you can drop your questions in the chat. We are really multitasking right now. Wow, full-fledged streamer in this bitch. Huh? Full-fledged streamer. Let me access the chat here. Okay, YouTube is up. Appreciate you, Danny. All right. What kind of questions do we got, people? Hello.
Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I had a general question for you.
Okay.
When it comes to dating,
Mhm.
if you've been dating for a while and the person's very intentional, like from the very beginning, they're telling you that they're dating to marry, and you've met close family members, been to funerals, and been on several dates, and you treat the relationship like this dating phase as a relationship. As a woman, if you're looking for that man to ask you out or a title, there's certain men nowadays that don't do the axing out. They just kind of go into just making things official without saying the title. Is that something like a red flag that a woman should look for, or should you look for a title when dating?
What do you mean they're making things official without the title? What does that look like practically?
Like, I think nowadays, or it's becoming more common where I know people that they consider themselves boyfriend and girlfriend without the guy asking them out to be like an actual girlfriend, if that makes sense. So they basically claim each other and he claims her, but it's not like an official axing out to be like the girlfriend.
So when you say that he claims her and she claims him, what does that look like? So are we saying that we're introducing to family, we are posting on social media, we're moving in together? Like, what's...
Not posting on social media, but like you've met the family and friends and you're treating it as like that person's introducing you as their girlfriend. But they generally haven't asked you for that title. Like,
Okay.
when you're dating, do you look for a title? Like, do you look for the guy to ask for the title?
I would say
Or
so.
based off of,
Yeah, I would say
Okay.
so. That
but if, as a woman, if you're asking for that title and he's not giving that, but he's saying that basically we're in a relationship, is that a red flag? What should you do if you've already asked for the title, but hasn't got to that point of doing it?
Are you in this situation, love?
Yes, and I have a few friends too that, well, I should say I have a close friend that's in the same situation as me, where she's dealing with the same thing too. So
Gotcha.
she doesn't look for the title, but I'm like, hey, I want that person to just ask me out because that's just the way I go about dating.
Okay. Let's double click on your specific situation and then we'll zoom out at the end. Okay. So how did you meet this guy?
I was just out at like a type of outing event, and I happened to just be in the same setting, and he came up and asked for my number, basically.
Okay. Okay. And how long have y'all been seeing each other?
For over like 8 months.
Oof. Okay. So at what point did you start to suggest that a title was necessary? What month?
For him, maybe like 6 months, because I personally wasn't completely ready by 3. I think I needed a little bit more time. So like I would say 6
Did he ask you at month 3?
to be his girlfriend.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. 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 So, like you said, you weren't ready at month 3. So, did anything imply that y'all were together at month 3? Or what makes you say that you weren't ready at month 3?
I just was in a phase where I've always wanted to be in a relationship, and I think I just was in a space where I was kind of accepting, like, just focusing on myself. So, like, I wasn't looking for a actual relationship. It kind of just happened with that person.
Okay. So, when you brought it up month 6, what was his response?
I think, okay, I kind of mentioned and hinted the relationship title a little bit before that.
Okay. All right.
And it was, hey, like, let it naturally happen. And he didn't want... It's kind of like, hey, if I ask you out, you're going to think that I did it because you mentioned it. But he wanted it to be like a natural thing. He didn't want me mentioning it to, I guess, make it seem like it's because of me. If that makes sense.
I'm not following. So he said he wanted it to be a natural thing, like he wanted either himself to ask you or for y'all to just kind of fall into a relationship?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. All right. And that was month 6. And then 2 more months passed and there was no movement on it?
I think it's just because it's a conversation we have often,
Okay.
and I think
Okay. Be specific. When you say a conversation you have it often, what is the conversation y'all are having often?
it's like, okay, like we've done everything pertaining to a relationship, and you're basically claiming me, and I'm meeting the family and everything like that. And things are like the type of situations I'm in is very like intimate, but it's like or I should say like very personal, like family stuff. So I feel like I'm like, okay, why can't you just ask? Like, it's something I just want, like, for him to just ask, to feel like, okay, I know that that's what it is. I feel like it's easy to, like, say, hey, like, we're together, we're boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. Like, in a way, yeah, like, people, even if you're in a relationship, if they want to cheat, they're going to cheat, whatever. In a way, a title doesn't really matter. It just depends on how the person's viewing you. But for me personally, I
No,
just want
a
that
title does
person
matter
to.
because it's like an agreement.
Okay.
Okay? So that means people are on the same page. It's just textbook communication, right? So you're not tripping about wanting some sort of label on things. You need a container for the connection. Sounds like you're in situationship territory, to be honest. It's a very weird thing to resist. So when you say that he is implying that y'all are in a relationship, what does that look like specifically?
Um, Consistent dates, buying me things, meeting the family, meeting all his close friends,
Uh huh.
going to events all the time.
Let me stop
I
you
even
there.
went to like a funeral recently of
Let me
his grandma passing.
let me
So
stop you. Let me stop you.
it's,
Let me stop you
yeah.
right there. This is situationship territory. You would have led with the most like promising example, and none of the examples you led with were promising. Confusing, sure. I would be very confused in this situation. If I'm looking at your dead grandmother in her casket, I would think we have some sort of commitment, right? But you
Mm-hmm.
see, a lot of people will put you in these situations because um, they have like plausible deniability in a way. So it's like they can always say y'all aren't together. So if they do anything,
That's exactly what I mean by I need a title, because it's like you can say one thing to me, but then it could be another, like you were saying.
right?
So in this type of situation, I'm not gonna lie, I've never been in a situationship, and I've only had 2 serious relationships. I've never like,
Well, up, you're in one now.
yeah.
You're currently in
So
the middle
I
of it.
need to know what I need to do at this point.
Listen, I always tell women, I coach both men and women, right? I always tell women, like guys, and all my guys agree with this in the chat, every time I say it. Like, if we are emotionally available and we want you, you'll see some movement within 3 months, assuming it's not long distance or anything like that.
Hmm.
Assuming it's not long distance, you'll know within 3 months. We don't want anyone else to have you. We want to lock you down immediately. So once we start getting to 6 month, 8th month territory, doesn't bode well for the connection at all. Because you have to ask yourself, why is this person being so hesitant? Like, what new information are you going to discover in 8 months? You're not going to feel more strongly about the person in month 9. That's not how that works. So he obviously already likes you because he's um, integrating you into his life, but it's like a 1 foot in, 1 foot out type of orientation. His foot is on the gas and the brake simultaneously. So what do you do in that situation? Well, what I've coached women to do is you have to draw a line in the sand. Draw a line in the sand, and when you do so, you must be prepared to leave. You cannot bluff. If you bluff, you will not be taken seriously. You gotta be ready to walk. I coach men on this exact same thing because they're in similar situations. So it's like you're not giving an ultimatum. You're more so just bringing it up, like, you know, enjoy spending this time with you, getting to know you and everything. But to be honest, I need like a legitimate relationship. If you're not ready for that, I understand. But if not, this isn't going to work. So you force them to make a decision. And if they waffle, if they don't give you a clear answer, then that is the answer.
Okay. I have, today I decided that I needed some time, and I'm glad I'm here, and I'm reading comments and stuff, so I'm definitely listening to you, and I think that this was meant for me to get clarity on, because I did like block him just for the day, because I'm just like, you know, no answer is an answer, and God is not the author of confusion. So I truly believe that, like, if I'm not getting the clarity I need, I do need to walk away, because I've never been in this situationship, and I feel like I need to get out, and I can't do this again.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, I agree with that. Go ahead and get out of there, love. That's all the clarity you need.
So in that type of situation, are you saying draw the sand and then see what happens, or do you suggest that I just keep it moving at this point?
You can still do that if you want.
Can things change if I do draw the sand, and then let's say he does step up to the plate?
The fear of loss can get people to choose a side. For sure.
Let's say, what I'm trying to say is, like, if I draw the sand, let's say, because it's like, hey, do I leave, or do I draw the sand, and like, hey, if it happens to be a situation where he does make that commitment, is it okay for me to move forward? Because now I'm a little in a space of confusion of like, okay,
sure, yeah. If you draw the line in this, and then he, like, you know, decides to actually lean into the connection, then yeah, you can continue with it, but it needs to be yes or no.
Okay.
All right. All right, dear. Well, best of luck to you.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, people. If you are also in a confusing situation you need clarity on, you should book a 1-hour coaching call. This icon right here, there's a button that looks like it at the bottom of the screen. Hit that, shoot me a message. I'll ask you about your situation. If you are a good fit, I will send you a link to book your call. What's going on, IG? From your perspective, does the gender of one's coach matter? As in, as a man, does it matter if my coach is male or female as someone who's anxiously attached? Yeah, it generally matters. Like, when I first started coaching, for a long time, I only coached men. Women forced me to coach them. I was forced. Gun to head, right? But I'm not your typical coach. Like, I have really strong empathy, really strong theory of mind. I can see things clearly from multiple perspectives. So, yeah, with me, I'm like that. Most coaches ain't like that. I'm like that. Ultimately, is the answer to that question. When you force you to do nothing, I beg to differ, Maya. You were the main one leading the charge. What are you talking about? You were in the front of the crowd with the pitchfork. It's still, when y'all join this live on TikTok, when you join, at the bottom of the screen, it says men's dating and relationship Q&A. It still says that. I do not change it. And then women they kept coming. They wore me down. It was a war of attrition, and I lost ultimately. But I feel like I've helped y'all out a lot since then, right? I had a whip in hand. All right, Maya, chill out. It's late. Different images come to mind when you start talking about stuff like that. You're starting to tap into like BDSM territory. Be careful. All right, we got another caller. Apple user. I don't know if Apple user is still here. Again, people, if you want to call in, If you have a question pertaining to dating or relationships, you can hit the button at the bottom of the screen. That's Super Roll. Super got she got a leather Nike Tech on right now. Right now, with a whip in hand. Again, if you have a question pertaining to dating and relationships, hit the button at the bottom of the screen with the blue and pink person. Request up. I'll solve your issue. Solutions guaranteed. IG, other platforms, YouTube, Facebook. If y'all have a question, y'all can drop it in the chat. I can see what y'all are saying. So if you have a question, please be free to drop it. However, if we do have a caller at that time, I will not be able to get to you. Let me see. OBS fucked me up. Now I gotta like stream on Instagram with my iPad. It's such a janky setup right now. I look so unflattering. You can see the chest workout is working though, right? From the angle, y'all can see the chesticles. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. All right, people, what kind of questions do we have? Don't leave me waiting. Y'all know how we get. If y'all take too long to ask questions, I will dip out. I don't care. I can get some shut eye and catch up on Love Island, huh? Huh? I'm looking into Restream. Appreciate you, Danny. I am using Restream right now, by the way. How do you deal with a man who goes silent when he's upset? Let him go silent. Are you anxious? Are you like an anxious attached person? All right, were you on Instagram? Maya, Danny said you ain't paid that money out yet. What's going on? What's going on, beloved? Talk to me. What's going on? I am anxious, yes. Okay. So, when you're anxiously attached, right? Here's the problem with that. When your person shuts down during an argument or when he's upset. You got to understand the system of like an anxious and an avoidant person. Not saying your man is avoidant, but he might be. Okay? It could just be conflict avoidant. But anxious people, when they get anxious or if there's an issue, they want a solution right now. It's my solution and I want it now. That's the vibe. They want it right now. Because when there's an issue, Maya, chill out, man. When there's an issue, you feel that anxiety, right? The anxiety builds up. And for you to calm your system down, you like to seek clarity. So you want to talk about it. You want to make sure y'all are good. But here's the thing. If the person is avoidantly attached, forcing him or her to talk right then makes them feel anxious. So the same anxiety you're trying to escape from is the same anxiety you're making them feel if you force them to talk right now. Does that make sense? That's why the anxious avoidant dynamic is such a challenging one to navigate. Both people are trying to escape their anxiety in different ways. They do so through distance. You do so through clarity and reassurance, right? So, the magic phrase that you can use in situations like that is to let the person know that you would like to talk about it and for them to let you know when they are ready. No rush. No rush is a magical phrase to use with avoidantly attached people. If they're mentally prepared for the conversation, that normally helps them a lot. They don't like to be bombarded or caught off guard. Makes them very uncomfortable. Now, you could also say this and then he never comes back and has the conversation. If that's the case, you got a bigger problem. You have someone who is unwilling to repair. In which case, the relationship may not work. Mine shut down on me after reconnecting after 6 months. Said I jumped in, but he did. Then free. Mine shut down. Turtle wilding out on IG. Mine shut down on me after reconnecting after 6 months. Said I jumped in, but he did. Then free. Gotcha. You got a question there, Sunset? You got a question there? Again, Facebook, IG, y'all can also drop questions in the chat. I can see them. I can see the things that y'all say. I will address y'all's questions as well. What to do if a man says he is only a vessel but still wants you around? What to do if a man says he is only a vessel but still wants you around? What does that mean? Did we get biblical? What was that in a response to? What they saying on IG? You don't want to know. You don't want to know what they're saying on IG. What was that a response to? The whole vessel comment. That's interesting. I don't know how to pull him out of it. It's not your job to pull him out of it, love. That's the problem. You won't get that kind of feedback here. I know a lot of people who make this type of content similar to me. They start making content around like how to get your avoidant back. We don't do that goofy shit over here. It's not a sustainable strategy. Let's say you do get them back. They're just going to sabotage the connection again. It's not a long-term solution. You get sustainable long-term solutions over here. The best solution in that situation is probably to leave, to be honest with you. She blocks me, then unblocked me after 3 days, but unfollow. Okay, Debo, you can call in, brother. Hit the button at the bottom of the screen with the blue and pink person. I'll let you up. We can talk about it. But I can already tell by that sentence you just left in the chat, I'm not going to be able to solve your issue through the written word. It's not going to happen. I feel like you're a better talker than writer. I'm not getting the Edgar Allan Poe vibe from you. Put the pen down, pick the mic up. Let's talk about it. I may just call in since there's only 120 right now. Yeah, call in, love. Call in, Sunset. What do you do when a girl you've been talking to for 3 months isn't willing to commit? I need more details. What happened? Told y'all, call in. When you call in, that's how you get the clarity that you seek. I can't possibly give you a very nuanced answer off of a paragraph. I have to ask you questions. Sunset, what's going on?
Hey, yeah,
Hi.
so I figured I'll just call in. The situation was that we reconnected after like 7-8 months or whatever. It was a pretty bad ending, anxious, avoidant, me like begging and him just shutting down, and then it ended pretty bad. And then anyways, so we didn't talk since November or whatever. And then I reached back out, which I shouldn't have. I know.
Right.
But I reached back out in April and I'm like, hey, I just wanted to say, like, I'm sorry for acting the way that I did, because I kind of said a lot of hurtful things in the end. And he's like, oh, no, it's fine. It's been plenty of time to get over shit and blah, blah, blah. So then I slowly kind of like tried to ease back into the connection, even though I probably shouldn't have, because he was already standoffish about it.
Right.
Even though he offered his number. Then he agreed to hang out, and we hung out or whatever for like 3 different occasions in like a 5-day span. And then after our last hangout, he just like completely pulled away after. I don't know. Anyways, my question is, which I guess it's not really a question because you already answered it, that I pretty much need to leave it alone if he's already went into this like retreat mode. And now I'm like, I don't know what to do. So yeah.
Yeah, you have to. How did you meet him originally?
He actually hit me up on like my Snapchat story.
Okay. What did you like?
Because he noticed that we were in the same like area, and he's
Okay.
like, "Oh, you're from so and so." And I'm like, "Yeah." And then we just started talking, and we just hit it off.
How old are you two?
I'm 33, and he's 31.
Okay. How many relationships have you been in?
I've been in two like long-term
Okay.
relationships, 6 years each, and then he was in like one long-term relationship for 3 years, and they were actually engaged, and then he like left. They had a whole wedding plan and everything, and he just like left
Right.
her because they got into a fight. He's like, I'm not doing this shit. I don't care, and he just like left. Which, yeah, red flag.
When did you find that out?
Um, during the, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Your
I
other
just didn't.
your other relationships, were they anything like him?
The last one, I think that's why I was attracted to him so much, is because my last 6 year relationship, he like made me feel those same things, but it was really just based on, high chemistry and all of those. Yeah.
This is why I love having these conversations, because a lot of people will be like, leave. Agreed, you should leave. Then what?
Yeah.
Because the problem is you're attracted to this shit.
Yeah.
So what you're calling chemistry is really attachment activation.
Yeah.
A lot of women and men do not know what genuine desire feels like. They know what being activated feels like. Here's what happens. You deal with somebody, they're hot and cold, engaged in push-pull. They aren't really available. They're hard to figure out. That causes you to get anxious. But that anxiety feels like passion.
Yeah.
Because fear and excitement are very similar. They feel very similar. So all you know is that you feel very strongly about this person, right? So when you feel that anxiety, one thing that will make an anxious attached person calm down, it will rid them of this anxiety, is for them to get clarity. So you try to get clarity by leaning in, trying to figure the person out, asking questions, engaging in protest behaviors, and in doing so, you become more invested. Because you're investing more of your energy into the connection. In the process,
for sure.
You're getting more invested, and that's where the obsession starts. That's where the rumination starts. Before you know it, you're locked in.
Before you know it, you're plugging shit into ChatGPT, and you're like, how do I fix this message? And then you're spending 3 hours on a message.
So,
it's insane.
So yeah, the short-term solution is to leave, sure. But if you still follow this pattern, you're just going to find a different vessel, same energy.
Yeah.
So what's the ultimate solution? Ultimate solution is this. You have to have a good frame of reference for what genuine, healthy desire feels like. It doesn't feel like a roller coaster. It doesn't feel like huge passion at the very beginning. It feels like you're just genuinely interested in the person, and you look forward to seeing them again.
Yeah, you're right. And that's how I felt about my ex too, and without actually getting to know him, and then that ended terribly. But yeah, it was like that passion feeling that like sweeps you off your feet or whatever, and that's kind of toxic.
Because that's what you see in all the movies, in the TV shows, and in the romance novels, and everything Shonda Rhimes has ever written.
Yeah,
right? That type of dynamic. So you probably, people have never seen what a healthy connection looks like. Their parents probably were divorced. They don't know any healthy couples. They watch TV, all the movies. Like, to have like two secure people depicted on TV or movies, like, it would be a boring movie. People wouldn't watch it. So you're just seeing dysfunction everywhere. So you just start to model it.
Yeah, and both of us grew up in dysfunction, so I think it was I just react differently, and then he reacts the way that he does. I'm just like, I don't know. But after he pulled away, of course, even though I've been watching your videos, for the last like 3 months, I've been really trying to work on my anxious side. But as soon as I could tell in texting that he just like, it wasn't there. You just know. Yeah. And that's when it was activated, and I just fucking like went.
You can always
I didn't go crazy this time, so I learned, but I just over texted and started texting in a way that wasn't myself because I was trying to perfect everything, and just got really annoying.
Yeah, you can always read the writing on the wall, right?
Yeah.
When you're anxious. So yeah, love, that's going to be the ultimate solution. Obviously, we can go deeper. We need a coaching call for that. So if you want to really handle this, go ahead and get that coaching call. But this is going to be a process of you learning what healthy, genuine desire feels like, and stop chasing like that high. Because until you learn how to do that, you're going to continue to repeat this cycle. Like your nervous system, especially if you grew up in dysfunction, it's going to lead you to what feels most familiar. Yeah. Even if you consciously don't want the experience, it's going to seek homeostasis. It's going to seek something that feels like home. And for you, home is dysfunction. So you have to start making a new decision and retraining your nervous system on like what kind of connections you want to have in your life.
What do you think his text meant though? Because I've been like racking my brain for an entire week on this text message and it's driving me nuts. This was his message. I really do enjoy hanging out with you. I thought we could hang out and be cordial and have fun without all the expectations for a while. And you jumped right in expecting so much. I'm not ready for that. all I asked for is like basic human communication. And that was just like.
So I can tell by your tone and how you jumped to that, you're still kind of caught up on this connection. So
that's because I've been hanging on to it for like 7 months.
Right.
Since it ended,
Yes. People, listen.
Yeah.
They're rationalizing why they're acting the way they're acting because they are uncomfortable in the connection. You can't look at the words and be like, the words are an accurate representation of how this person feels. No. They just know they feel uncomfortable and now they're trying to make sense of it. And then they make sense of it and that's what they tell you.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that is the truth.
He was all in. In person, he's like, yeah, you'll be able to go to that event with me in August. Like, oh, did you bring your computer here to work the next day? Like, you know, making all those comments. Like, I'm like, dude, you're the one that jumped all in. I was just like there for the ride. Right. I don't know, but it's confusing.
That's what happens. It's really not, though.
Yeah.
It's really not.
Yeah, it's not. They when you're in it, it feels.
Right. They want it. Here's the thing. Avoidant people only avoidant with people they actually care about.
Yeah.
Because they only become activated once you're a threat. Mm-hmm. If they don't care about you, they never become avoidant.
Yeah. Because we got super close again. It felt like no time had passed.
Right. And then that's ultimately was the nail in the coffin. Because they don't want that. That's what freaks them out.
Yeah.
So you're wasting your time trying to make sense of it. I just made sense of it. Like there's no need to even think about it anymore.
Yeah.
So you just have to move on because it will not work with this person. There is no combination of words you can utter or write that's going to make this connection work. So you might as well go ahead and end it.
That's what my friends are telling me too. So I just need to listen and let it go, I guess. So yeah.
Yep.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you for letting me come up.
Absolutely, love. You take care.
All right. Bye.
All right. Okay. Table shakers. Who is this? All right. We got any more callers? My man. Let's let the writer come through. Huh? Shakespeare. Yo.
Hey, how you doing?
Great, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right.
Good.
So, recently, just broke up with my girlfriend, I believe 5 days ago.
Okay.
And it was a nasty breakup. Basically, alcohol was involved, and I basically told her I didn't want to do something, and she just couldn't take no for an answer, and she started throwing my belongings in the pool. And then now we contacted 3 days ago, and she just basically said it was her, not me, but in the situation that she's been going through with her family, I know it's not all on her, so I'm just trying to figure her out.
Okay. How long have y'all been together?
A year and a couple months.
How old are you two?
I'm 29 and she's 26.
Okay. How did y'all meet?
We met off for a date now.
Gotcha. Which one?
Hinge.
All right. Ooh, close one. I was hoping you wouldn't say Facebook dating. You will be surprised how many people connect I wouldn't even trust love
I
that came
know,
from
I know.
Facebook. I wouldn't even trust love that came from Facebook. I'll be questioning it the whole time. All right. So, has she ever? Has this been a part of y'all's dynamic the entire relationship? Has there been like this type of conflict?
Um, Not at this extent, but it's more like she has like OCD tendencies. So it's like when I, you know, move something or like try to help her, she's like, no, not that way. And then we get into a big dispute about it.
A big dispute at the same level of your most recent one?
Not as big as that one. That one feel like that was like the biggest one I had to leave. Like at that point, I feel like I needed to get off.
Okay.
Like I needed to go.
So y'all usually just argue because she wants things her way.
Yeah.
Okay. And then in this situation, what occurred? You gotta be specific so I can help you.
We were at a pool. Her family was there, and I told her ahead of time I wasn't getting in the pool. I put my feet in, whatnot, and she was just like, whatever, I'm going to get you in the pool. And I was like, nah, I'm good. And then she had like 2 drinks. She seen everybody like lovey-dovey in the pool, and then it just made her like try to force me any way possible. And that intended her to like to throw my hat, my watch, my shoes, and all in the pool.
She had how many drinks?
She had 2 drinks, beat boxes to be exact.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a liquorette, a wine cooler type deal.
So she wasn't drunk.
Oh, she drank those things fast, and we're out in the sun. So
How soon after she drank them did she throw your stuff in the pool?
like 15 minutes after.
That ain't fast enough. Okay. And then what happened after she did that?
She started impulsively, like, she has this thing when she gets like mad and she tries to cool down, she starts trying to clean up stuff. So she tried to like clean up what we had around the pool and stuff, and then she was like, find your own way home. And I was like, you brought me here. So I ended up having to get in a ride by my relative back to my house.
Okay, and then what's your question here, Chief?
So my question is, basically, leading up to all this, she was basically dealing with some family stuff. So I know it wasn't her normally doing this.
What family stuff was she dealing with? You gotta be specific.
She was basically kicked out of her house, and I went to repair the situation with her family.
Okay.
So
she was kicked out for what?
I got it. Say that again.
What was she kicked out for?
It's basically having another dispute with her mom because they don't have the best relationship, and she left the house. I told her like she could stay with me for a while, but we need to get you back on your feet and back to normal life. And I went over to talk to her family about it, and then that same day of that incident, her mom texted me and said she can come back home. So I was going to tell her, but that whole incident happened. So she ended up finding out by calling her mom and figuring out that she can go back home. So she has a big issue with people telling her what to do. But when it comes to me, she'll typically listen, but she'll always steer back to going back to her old ways.
Okay. What did she get into a fight with her mother about?
She has a kid. So she was at work, and they tend to like sometimes just tell her to come, like, get off of work and hurry up and get the kids instead of like watching them. So they were trying to like get her to come from work early to get the kids, and she was like, she's focusing on like, because she's in an internship, so she's trying to get her life together, but her family's just like, that's not their responsibility type deal.
How old's the child?
The child he's 6.
Do you have kids?
I have one, yes.
Jesus Christ. How old's your child?
He's 5.
He's 5. Okay. And your question is, ask me your question again. You just gave me a lot of details that was like.
My question is, how could I either just forget about it or hopefully fix the situation that happened?
Okay. Well, simple answer, you can't. Right? Mm-hmm. You're not describing a great person to be with.
I mean, yeah, but like for me, I see I brought out most for a good side, so I can see how, nice and graceful she could be, but in just some situations that is like I'm very relaxed and chill, and she can just be over the top sometimes, so I can bring her down in those situations.
Okay. So here's the problem, brother. Just because somebody has good qualities doesn't mean they're a good person to be with. If the bad outweighs the good. I heard that Hitler was a good gift giver. Still Hitler though, right? So it's like it don't matter what her good qualities. You're talking about someone who damaged your property off of a couple of drinks, has a child, and through the act of being a mother hasn't even influenced her to grow up or develop or to become more mature. Right? Is not dependable. She is someone who is going to follow her emotional state. And depending on her emotional state is going to be how she treats you. And possibly how she would treat your child.
Yeah.
You can't build with a person like that.
Yeah,
as soon as they get mad at you, they treat you like an enemy. That's what you're describing. Someone who, if they get mad at me, they're gonna treat me like an enemy. Not they treat me like someone who they love, who they're also mad at. No, you the ops now.
Mm-hmm.
How do you see that playing out?
That's a great question. I really don't know. Like I can
tell you how it's gonna play out. It doesn't get better, it just gets worse. Because through the act of her disrespecting you in this way, and listen, things either get better or worse, they don't stay the same.
Right.
That's just life. Things either get better or worse, they do not stay the same. So if you're with someone who is disrespecting you and then you continue to show up for them, they're going to lose more and more respect for you, and the disrespect is going to get worse. There's a reason why this already happened. This is the worst fight y'all been in. Why? Because the previous fight y'all had, she likely disrespected you. You didn't leave. So now she's up in the ante. Because why not? You're not going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can feel that.
Right.
It's just been like, I don't know, weird for me because those situations like that didn't happen as often. It's just when, she portrays something or she sees something that she possibly wants in a relationship. And I'm just like, I wouldn't say I'm nonchalant, but I'm just real chill, relaxed. And she's like, why you don't do what they do or shit, like stuff like that. Sorry.
Right. But it's not a good situation, brother. You're basically describing being in a relationship with an infant, someone who throws a temper tantrum when they don't get what they want. She's asking you to get her a cookie, and you're like, not before dinner, and then she's throwing a fit and breaking shit. But what you just told me was, as long as I give her what she wants, she's cool. No. That's not a good situation to be in. That's not someone you build a life with, right?
Yeah, but typically, like, I know what y'all thinking, like, oh, I give her everything. I don't really give her everything that she wants. She, like, she doesn't get everything that she wants, and sometimes she's cool about it, and she's like, okay, I understand. But then sometimes she's like, well, I see somebody else boyfriend doing this, so why are you not doing this type deal?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're justifying it now. Ultimately, this is not someone that you can be with, Chief. You just described some egregious behavior. You described some egregious behavior and you went to defending. You're reflecting on, this is the same kind of dynamic with like women who get like beat on in their relationship. And they're like, but we did have a good birthday. He took me here for my birthday. Yeah, and then he slapped you around when y'all got back home.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can feel that.
You're focusing on the ceiling instead of focusing on the floor. You want there to be high ceilings, but you don't want the floor to be that low. Her floor is in hell. It's very low, meaning the bad in the relationship is really bad. And the good don't seem that great. It ain't even like you're describing heaven and hell. You're describing hell and then like moderate traffic. I can't even come up with an analogy of like, this don't even sound like it's that great. When it is good, it don't even sound like it's that great. At least have it be a situation where it's like, oh, it's a great experience when she's in a good mood. It's like, nah, she's just okay when she's in a good mood. But when she's in a bad one, you better watch out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably nervous because I'm talking in front of everybody.
You're good. You're good. Ain't no judgment, bro. We all been in a goofy situation once or twice, so it's good. But this is a goofy situation, just so you know.
Yeah, and like, I don't want to settle it short. Like, it's okay. Like when she's at the highest, like she's the most loving. She, do stuff that I didn't get done in my last relationship and stuff like that. So that's probably why I look at the ceiling maybe more than I look at the bottom.
But here's the thing, bro. You can find someone who does that and also doesn't throw your shit in the pool.
Right.
And you got kids involved too.
Nah. Yeah.
That like when
my kid wasn't there.
I know, but if y'all continue to deal with each other, y'all are going to integrate lives, right? You live together, then get married, all that kind of good stuff. So now both kids are in the household, and she's gonna be treating you like this around your seed. And kids kind of learn. They kind of learn what love is based on the parents.
Right.
So you will be in the process of creating a generational curse for your offspring. Because
I got you.
Because you couldn't let this one go.
Nah, I got you. I mean, it's just kind of difficult because, we built a lot this past year and like we did a whole bunch of stuff. So it's like, for one situation to blow it up is like kind of crazy to me.
Well, it's not one situation. This is just the worst out of the situations you've been in. Right. So, I mean, be thankful this happened earlier than later. It's just a year-long relationship. No, it's hard to leave, but leave you must. Or stay. It's your life. But if this was a movie, if people were watching your life as a movie, they're screaming leave. They're screaming leave at the movie theater. People are walking out asking for refunds. I can see it in the comments. Right? I can see it in the comments, yeah. So it's like, that's going to be the smart play here.
Mm-hmm. So how could I possibly, it's only been a couple of days, so I'm trying to figure out ways that I can, get out of the funk of like, just doing normal stuff that people do, still, look at pages or see what they're saying and stuff like that.
What do you mean?
Like to basically get over it.
Okay, it's going to suck for a little while, especially if you love the girl. That's why I say I can appreciate your situation. It's not fun. Like, it's easy for me to be like, yo, leave. You're the one who spent a year with this woman, getting to know her, and then like appreciating her good qualities, which you haven't listed at all yet. But
you want me to list her?
No, you don't. You ain't got to. You don't got to. But I get it. It's difficult. It's always difficult, man. But it still got to be done, because the longer you stay with her, the more you're delaying the person you're supposed to be with.
Yeah.
So it's gonna suck for a while. It's gonna suck for a while, but time heals all.
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, I got you. Appreciate you so much, man. I mean, I'm gonna keep listening and figuring out ways that I can, get out of this funk.
My man, I appreciate you, bro. Best of luck to you.
I appreciate you.
Take care.
Thank you.
All right. Hopefully we saved one, people. I don't know. You can never be too sure. Never be too sure. I've had a lot of people like call in to give me updates. I'm like, I'm still with her, bro. This bitch is crazy. I'm like, I told you to leave 6 months ago. I know, man, but the cheeks. The cheeks. Facebook, IG, what's happening? Y'all can also drop y'all's question in the chat. When I get off a call, I can answer whatever questions y'all may have. Facebook, IG, YouTube, wherever you are watching. That attachment gets you delusional facts. It's hard to see it when you're in it. I can appreciate that, but that ain't the one. That ain't the one. When you do break up with a boss man, don't do it by a pool or hot grits or a frying pan, because shit can get Looney Tunes real quick with this one. I already see it. I can already see a lump on your head with a bandage over it, on some Wile E. Coyote type shit. So just make sure. I would take Shorty to a public place with a lot of pillows. D Money, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
Chilling, man. What's up with you?
Doing well. Figured I'd hop up for a bit, give people a chance to tap into the profile and DM me if they're interested in the Dallas trip. Marquette and I and the mods are going to Dallas.
Hold on, Daryl's had to break up with in a mattress store. Breaking up with her in a mattress store is hilarious. Comment of the day. All right. Yes, like Danny said, people, we're going to Dallas August 14th through the 17th. So we have a couple of slots open. Me and the Miles are hitting Dallas. We're going to do a Q&A there, a little meetup, So if you want to head out, if you want to join us in the Airbnb, we have just a few slots available. Just a few slots. You need to add Danny, and you must shoot him a message. And
I dropped a message on the other one, so they know who I am.
Okay.
So I'm reachable.
You got to add Danny, shoot Danny a DM. He'll send you a form just to make sure we can check out your vibe first. And then we'll have a raffle for who we're going to select, okay? So that means everyone who fills out the form will be entered into a raffle. People who have purchased their 1-hour coaching calls get 3 additional entries. People who have purchased the coaching call and the implementation package get an additional 3 entries. So you can have a total of 7. If selected, you will be able to come. You got to pay your way, though. It's not a free trip. I've covered like a third of the price myself, but like the rest of y'all, we have to split it with everybody else. All right? So if you would like to join, come through. If for whatever reason you can't get a spot in Airbnb, you can also come through for our Q&A, live Q&A, meet and greet type of ordeal. We're still ironing out the details of that. Won't be able to come back to the crib though, but we'll find a neutral spot to meet up with everybody, and then kiss you can buy once it's over. But yes, you will need to add Danny and shoot Danny a DM, and that person right there is Danny. So make sure to do that. All right. All right.
Sorry, I was looking at your other
No, you're
streams
good.
here.
We still got to build up. We got to build. Our biggest turnout is always on TikTok, but I got to start going.
Yeah.
I have to start promoting the IG stream. I just kind of randomly pop on IG, so I got to promote the IG stream and the Facebook stream. YouTube is YouTube.
Yeah.
So we should have bigger turnouts there when I start promoting it a bit more. But yes.
Yeah. I'm looking at some details. We'll do a little call after the stream.
Okay.
I think I have a solution we can experiment with. I'll have to ride up there sometime. Check out your setup. See what we can do to get it all tidied up so I ain't looking at your titties on Instagram.
Right. I got a tablet like stand. I just was behind schedule today, so I went ahead and just randomly set this up. But I want to just stream from the laptop. It's just Instagram's giving me so many fucking issues.
Do you have like a camera and a mic?
No, my shit is janky. I'm iPhone, tablet, laptop, and ring light right in front of me. That's it. We're gonna get everything right. We're gonna get it looking professional eventually. It's gonna have like the Twitch like visual eventually.
Yeah.
But
I'll get a little grocery list ready for you. We'll have a little fun with it.
My man. Yeah, we're gonna make it
I'll
nice
let
and
you
fancy.
take some more questions. We can talk about it after stream.
Sounds good, brother.
All right. Y'all know where to find me if you're interested in Dallas. Peace.
Mm-hmm. All right. Appreciate you, Shia. Give me 1 second. All right. Again, people, if you have a question pertaining to dating and relationships, you can hit the button at the bottom of the screen with the blue and pink person to request up, and I will solve your issue. I will solve your issue, whatever it may be. I ain't seen Ebony in the chat in a while. What's going on with old Ebony? Sunset, I feel like you're still reading that text message over and over again. I need you to put your phone down. Pierre, what's goody? How did you come to improve your own frame control? Frame control is it could be a tricky one. It takes practice, man. It really does. Because your frame is always like in a state of flux. I think it's not like a static thing. It depends on the other people who are around, if their frame is stronger than yours, how you feel that day. Even silly shit like, have you hit the gym? Did you get good sleep? You know what I mean? The thing that helped me the most, Andrew, is just my Christian faith, to be honest with you. So it's not even my frame, it's God's frame. That's how I look at it. So if somebody wants to leave, they can leave, because if they do leave, that means they weren't for me, and God has something better. That's the highest frame you can achieve, honestly. It's the highest frame you can achieve. Now, let's say you're not a Christian person. Okay, cool. How can you work on frame control? You got to optimize your life. Like you have to get things in order, right? You have to fire on all cylinders. It's like Ty Lopez says, health, wealth, love, and happiness. You got those things locked in, your frame is going to be it's going to be harder to shake you. And also being detached, not caring about what occurs. Does that make sense? I could dive deeper into that, but that's top of mind. That's the best answer I can give you. Who was just trying to join? Brown Chanel, were you not trying to join? Because if not, that's heartbreaking. What just happened, man? Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. I just came on here, so I don't exactly know what you're doing, but
this is
dating and relationship question answer. I'm supposed to ask a question.
You're supposed to ask a question about dating and relationships, love. You got a question for me? Eva, come on, man. Eva's always making the worst decision. You can come back up, love, if you do have a question. One of my mods take you down. But if you do have a question, you can request. Eva, I'm about to put you on a pip. You about to go on a pip, huh? I told you when certain ones come through, you got to give grace. When certain ones come through, you got to give grace. If she was over 300 lbs, take her down. Take that buffalo down. Go ahead, shoot, take a shot. But if they look in a certain way, Eva, you gotta let them just sit here for a minute, okay? I had an amazing relationship until I got diagnosed. He left. What you get diagnosed with? Something serious, because your name is the Queen Survivor. So, thinking the big C, huh? The big C. Y'all leave Eva alone. She's very protective. My mom's very protective over me. Feminine intuition. Eva knew what she was doing. Hey, I don't question Eva. I'm just joking with her. All right. We do got some very nice looking young ladies in the chat, though. I will say that. I'm trying to get my guys to come on the live. Fellas on IG, like, it'd be some joints over here on TikTok. I don't know where you're on IG watching this shit. I would be on TikTok if I were you. Same thing with YouTube and Facebook. But she felt something in her spirit. Oh, I felt something in my spirit too. It was a good thing. Nothing but positive vibes is what I got. But we trust the mods. We trust the mods. Again, people, Danny said Eva is just mean. If you have a question pertaining to dating and relationships, you can hit the button at the bottom of the screen with the blue and pink person. Request up. And I will let you up. I will let you up. Queen Survivor is coming up. All right.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How are
I
you?
have an amazing relationship for 3 years, and when I got diagnosed, he left.
Okay, we jump right into it. All right, so you had an amazing relationship for 3 years, and when you got diagnosed, he left?
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear that, love. That's tough. Are you good now? Did you ring that bell?
I want to know, you are a spark. Do you thinking it's not time for me to start again and dating or something? Or like, what is your opinion? Like, everybody say, like, you are an amazing woman, so you can meet the right person. But I think men want to healthy and beautiful, no drama and anything. And what do you think about that?
I'm a bit confused, to be honest with you. So, what is your question here? Should you start dating again?
No, so like he was a buoyant person.
He was a what person?
A boy.
A boy?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I figured. And what is your question here, though?
Like, do you think I'm able to go and dating again, or you think it's I lost my time to try to find other person?
How old are you?
I am almost 40.
Almost 40? Okay. Are you cancer free?
No.
Okay. Do you mind sharing what type of cancer it is?
Unfortunately, I'm cancer survivor. It's so emotional for me. Yes, I'm cancer survivor, but and this year I find they cannot doing anything for me. The cancer is back.
Okay. So it came back.
I was for 20 years. But unfortunately, in October, I received my cancer is back, and they cannot doing anything for me.
Okay. Love, I would focus on your health right now. Why do you want to focus on dating right now?
It's not dating. It's like, like everybody's moving on, and I feel like it's something I will consider in the future. Like I see you tell the woman so many advice, good advice. I follow you and I listen to you, and you always say try to meet people organic, and but at the same time I have a dreaming that one day I find my person.
Right. And I'm not saying that won't happen, but if you say that your cancer is back, why not just focus on getting well right now?
I do, but at the same time, you want to have a normal life.
Right. I understand that. I'm sure everyone will feel the exact same way you're feeling right now. So I know it's a very tough and impossible situation. I'm sorry you're going through it. But I think that trying to do it right now is going to add more stress to you.
It's like I went to the bank today, and the guy was like flirting with me, and I was like,
Okay.
he was so nice to me, and after that I say, do I share what I have, or because I don't look back?
Okay.
Like,
well, if that's okay, so if that's the situation, I suggest that you don't try to make it happen. Okay? So that's what I'm telling you. Don't try to meet someone. Now, in the situation you just described, if somebody just came up to you, you don't have to share that information right now. That's very personal and very intimate. So there's nothing wrong with you talking to a person or going on a date. You will have to share it eventually. Maybe date 2 or 3, right? But it doesn't need to be something that you just share out the gate. But I also would not put a lot of energy into this.
Yes, I know, but when I go to the grocery store or something, or I in the park or anything, people approach me, and I always get like, did you share something? Like, because people approach to me, I'm like, I'm still like, I reading other people say looking for cancer. People have a cancer, or people have been touched by cancer, but sometimes it's no. Like I want to feel a normal growth.
Okay.
No.
I think I understand that. I think that's a very normal desire. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with you entertaining someone who's approaching you. Were you like scared to do that?
Yes, and like I get like I feel when there's somebody approach to me and have some kind words or say something cute to me, I get freaking out, and I want to know if I have to tell the people, hey, don't
No.
talk to me. I
No,
have
you don't have to. You don't have to tell them. Well, I got the cooties. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. If someone's approaching you and they find you to be attractive, you can just treat it like it's a normal situation. Okay? And if they try to date you and they want to take you out and you go on a few dates with them and it seems like they want to keep progressing, okay, well then you can let them know that.
Okay.
You should let people who are serious about you or serious about getting to know you, let them know that about your diagnosis. Does that make sense?
See, people say go and date, have fun, but how would you go and date? And it's kind of, people usually want to take you and date, and all my friends are ghost me. Like everybody's going to bar and stuff. It's something I don't enjoy any longer.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
And I feel everybody is like, everybody keep moving with their life, and I'm here listen TikTok, and I feel like, why not? You know, it's very difficult.
Right. Yeah, love. That's a very difficult situation. You got the whole chat playing for you, though. Praying for you to make it through it. Okay? So stay prayed up yourself. Try to cling on to the faith. Get it connecting with your heart, higher power, right? Try to cling on whatever optimism you do have. And when it comes to dating and living your life, you can still do that. You're up for it. If you have the energy for it, you should do that. You don't have to tell somebody who just is saying hello to you or trying to get your phone number that you have cancer. Again, if somebody is trying, if you can tell that they're serious about you and they're trying to move things forward, then you can share that information. Okay?
Thank you so much. Like, it's so hard because I was in an amazing relationship, and he knew everything, and he pressured to me like, when is you dreaming, when you're going to get better, and all the stuff. And after he left, because when the doctor says nothing they can do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I have this discussion with everybody, including my doctor. We don't know when then I'm going to die, right? Nobody know that one. And it
Right.
put me in the position what I can do it for me. Wait,
Okay.
avoid people. It's like, I know it's and that topic is hard for you, but you always mention, like, you know, be serious and be not meet people in the bar, that people are not going to be taking you so serious, where I can meet other people. And I feel like men don't want to be responsible or take it, like, I don't know. It's so easy. Like, I don't want to people. I have one guy. It's like, well, try to enjoy your life. It's like I have to get crazy, you know, because I know I have a short time.
Right.
And
Right. Yeah, to be honest with you, love, I feel like you should spend some time with yourself and ask yourself what you want, right? Everyone here, me included, can give you advice on what to do, but none of us are in your situation right now, or even have the perspective of what it's like to face your mortality in this way. So we can offer support, we can offer prayers, but you have to decide what you want to do here. And I think you owe it to yourself to do what makes you happy in this situation. Okay? All right, dear. I wish you the best, okay? Like I said, we're praying for you. Feel free to come back, all right?
thank you.
Mm-hmm. That's a tough situation. I feel her, though. I think she's not the only one who's called in and talked about having some sort of diagnosis and the other person left. It's very hard in that situation. Very difficult. because it depends. Like, I feel like if you're married to a person, it's like, yes, you stay. Obviously, you made a vow, right? It's a covenantal bond. But what if, like, you're 6 months into a relationship with a person? Do you stay? They have a terminal illness? Some people may say yeah. The other ones will say yeah and then still get going. It's an impossible situation. Impossible situation. It reminds me of that quote. It's like, if you could put all your problems, if everybody put all their problems in a pile, you would break your neck to take yours back, right? Whatever problem you have, you would just take your problem back, because people are like really going through it out here. Women usually stay. I think women stay more than men, but I won't say they usually stay. I personally know people who their lady left them during hard times. I don't think that's like a default thing. Especially in this generation. People are selfish, man. The nurturing shit come out the window. Why does he show a lot of interest but doesn't initiate? Damn, Aya, can we like just ease off of what we just talked about for a second? Jesus Christ. Why does he show interest but doesn't initiate? We can't jump from Cancer to that. We gotta, we gotta come down off that for a bit. Hold on. Jesus Christ. He hasn't texted me back. What do I do? Wow. Just be thankful you don't have cancer right now, huh? Be thankful you're not on chemotherapy right now. Okay. All right. All right. I'm going to answer your question now. Why does he show a lot of interest but doesn't initiate? In what way is he showing a lot of interest? Sure, they're going to say mine kind of wild. What makes yours wild, Brown Chanel? Just drop it in the chat real quick. Just a short sentence. What makes yours kind of wild? You look like you would be in a wild situation too, by the way. Got that look to you. Got that look to you, love. And you in Charlotte too? I already know it's a wild situation. Danny, we got one in Charlotte. Danny's also in Charlotte, by the way. I'll be judged? I don't think so. Never mind, you might get judged. I ain't gonna lie to you. The chat be wilding sometimes. Are you in NC? Yeah, I'm in North Carolina. She got that wild look. I rarely see people from like North Carolina in the chat. Normally it's like Cali, New York. Oh, you dating a man in jail? Believe it or not, we've had a few callers dating a man in jail. Didn't go so well. I'm here for the NC folks. Billy in the house. Yeah, where everybody's from? Where's everybody from? Drop your location in the chat real quick just so I know. Including you lurkers who don't ever say anything in the chat. Drop where you from. So we can put some eyes on it. Nick's in Virginia. Danny's in Charlotte. Okay, Houston, NC. Queen Survivor, what part of NC are you in? Brown Chanel is back. What's going on, love?
Man, y'all gonna judge me. I can't come in here like this after that heartfelt story.
No, talk to him. What's going on?
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna speak I'm not gonna say too much details because I feel like I'm gonna be judged.
I gotta get the details though. I can't give you a read on the
I
situation
can't
without the
give
details.
super deep details now. I really can't.
Well, I'll see if I can work with it. Talk to me.
Okay, so I met somebody like I said, y'all don't judge me now. I met somebody last year, a few months ago, and you know they wanted to fuck with me. Oh, I forgot I can curse. They wanted to deal with me.
Right.
Like basically we both said we didn't want to be in a relationship, but we wanted to like deal with each other. And personally, like I'm just at an age and a position in my life where I personally don't like to deal with men sexually that don't add value to my life. And that's just something that I tell men off rip. If they want to deal with me, then that's on them. If not, then we can just be friends. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to make me look at you any different way. It's just that's what I would like. So anyway, they were like, all right, cool. Like, you know, of course, anyone I deal with, I make sure it's good, whatever, da-da-da, cool. So we're like kicking it. We're seeing each other. We get sexual, whatever. We're seeing each other literally like every day for like 2 weeks. And out of nowhere, on like the first week, we get in the car and this person plays sports. So they're like, have you dealt with anybody that I've dealt with like that, play with? And I'm like, I'm just trying to figure out why does that matter? Because it's like...
So yes was the answer to that question.
Okay, so I was trying to figure out why that mattered because of the fact that we already determined we weren't going to be in a relationship. But I was like, you know, I'm not going to lie. I'm like, yeah, I have, but it was like 2 or 3 years ago. Like the person, I don't do those things with them anymore, whatever. So that's that. Long story short, just to make the story shorter, they would like to have like parties at their house. Not really parties, but they're like, oh, invite friends, we can have fun, da-da-da-da. And I'll be like, all right, cool. So like if someone's not my man and I'm having fun, I'm just kind of like a little bit more open about it. Like we can have a good time, but like if I bring people here, like my biggest thing is just like don't backdoor me. Like we can have fun, we can have a good time. You're not my boyfriend, but don't backdoor me. Long story short, me and the person fell out a few times. And while we were falling out, the friends that I had brought over, they were still hanging out with him, being sneaky. And I'm like, am I like sensitive to this because of the fact that like me and him aren't cool and he's hanging out with my friends that I brought over there? Or is it weird for him to be doing that?
Is it weird for him or is it weird for your friends?
Well, actually, yeah, both actually. For my friends, I felt like it was weird because, like, at the end of the day, a man's gonna be a man. Like, but he doesn't really have loyalty to me. But as far as my friends,
right,
these are people who have been my friends since I was like a child. So therefore, I did feel like they should have had loyalty to me. So like the whole thing just got really messy, and like we fell out again for like a few months, and then like we got back cool or whatever, and like the past stuff just keeps getting brought up, which like I'm really over it because like I said, at the end of the day, a man's gonna be a man, so I don't really look at him like, I just look at him like for what he is. But my friends, I don't really like, it's no beef with them, but I don't really deal with them how I used to. Like if I see them out, it's cool, but I just leave it at that.
Okay. Did he do something like egregious to you, or you just?
From what was told, it was nothing done behind my back, but like, I don't know, if everyone's being so sneaky, then like, why not? Why wouldn't y'all? You know what I mean?
Okay. These friends, female friends?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he a professional athlete?
Yes.
Okay. Are they used to being around professional athletes?
Yeah, they are actually.
Okay. Okay.
But I don't know if they're used to being around athletes that do the things that he was doing for me. And he was like, I was making him like show them love too on some fun shit. So
okay, so like,
I don't know. Sometimes people get blinded by those things and then just like run after it, you know?
Sounds like it. Sounds like you already understand the situation.
Yeah, I'm just like, but I guess my question is like, should I just not worry about like the extra shit and like still be cool with him, or should I like, I don't know. Like all the shit that happened, should I just be like, fuck it? Or, sorry, excuse my language.
Be cool
forget
with him.
about it, or
Be cool with him for what reason?
Hmm?
Be cool with him for what reason?
True. I don't know. Like, we have a good time.
Okay. And whatever he did to you wasn't something that was unforgivable?
No, everything. I mean, honestly, unless like you hurt me or you hurt my family, like
Okay.
a lot of stuff is forgivable. Now, do I want to deal with you on the same level? Maybe not, but like I wouldn't mind just having him around.
Okay. I would say if you do that, I would give more grace to your friends. Because if you're just gonna go back to him, then
So the thing with my friends is like I talked to them about it and I shared how I felt, but it's like y'all didn't have to be sneaky behind my back.
how were they sneaky? So they were hanging out with him without letting you know?
Right, like unshare. Everybody had their location shared. Everyone unshared their location. Everyone's posting like little funny stuff. Everyone's chilling with them, telling him stuff that I told them in confidentiality as my friend. Hearing back from it later from him, like just like a lot of stuff.
Okay, that's different. That's not just I'm hanging out. That's not just I'm hanging out with him. That's shady behavior. So I take that back. Yeah,
Right.
I think this situation just exposed they weren't really your friends like that.
Right. I agree. So he's like, I didn't really do anything. And I'm like, I mean, like, I do kind of agree with that because it's like you are my man and you didn't do anything as far as I'm concerned sexual with them, but it's still just like, I hate the messy, sneaky stuff. Like, it's really unnecessary if our vibes are what they are. But,
So what would the dynamic be between you and him if you were to engage him again?
I mean, kind of the same thing, but honestly, I wouldn't bring no friends around. Like, to be honest. It's like, I don't care about other people that's brought around by him.
Mm-hmm.
But my friends, it's like, there's just boundaries.
Right.
And this is why I crossed that boundary.
So you
It
want
could be a
to...
room full of women that I don't know, and I
Right.
would not care.
Gotcha.
But don't try to do that with my friends, because as you see, it ended a whole friendship.
Right.
Because now I can never look at them the same.
Right.
Yes, it's them that folded, but it's like, yeah, if you can't even, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you were to engage with him again, it would just be like a casual connection.
I mean, I would have wanted to be more, but
You say you would want it to be more?
yeah, I would. Like, it was good while it was going. You feel me? Like, can't lie to you.
So you
All
would want to have
around.
like
that
a...
part, that was really the only part.
Okay, so you would be open to having a full-fledged relationship with him?
Oh no! I didn't say that. We
Okay.
weren't. No.
Well, I mean, but it's casual then, right? What's like the...
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't see a problem with that. If that's what you want. But yeah, I understand the dilemma. Your friends are held to a higher standard because of like just the agreement that you had in history.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah. Everyone keeps saying we weren't in a relationship, so what? It's given that it doesn't matter. Like,
No,
none
that's
of
not.
it.
That's not. That's a cop out. It's like
Yeah.
if it really wasn't that big a deal, you wouldn't be turning your location off.
Right.
be
That's what I'm
hiding
like. Y'all could have just been like, hey, I know y'all not cool right now, but would you care if like we still kicked it with him?
Mm-hmm.
I respect honesty. I would have been like, I mean, I felt a little off about it, but like, I can't stop y'all. At least y'all kept it real with me. I'm not having to figure this out from another source or figure this out when me and him link back up and he explained. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so.
Right. Yeah, Lord, go ahead. Do your thing. All right. See, no one judged you. Look at that.
Child, the chat says, oh, they're saying it's weird, not to me.
Yeah, not
about
to
me.
you. No, it's about your friends.
Yeah, everybody tried to make me seem like I was off, but then I'm like, yeah, nah.
No, I don't think so. This sounds pretty straightforward. Like this was them being weird in this situation. So, yeah, you want to proceed. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Facts.
We've heard some crazy shit here. You got to be new.
I mean,
for you to tell.
It's crazier, but it's like at the end of the day, like everybody can really go to my Instagram and all that and see who I am. So
Okay, you're trying to get some
I
Instagram
ain't trying to
followers.
say too much. People gonna be looking at me like, oh yeah.
I'm sure there's some wild details in there, but the big picture of the story ain't that wild.
Okay, yeah. All right.
All right,
Well,
love.
thanks for chatting.
Absolutely, dude. You take care.
Bye.
Danny said I'm gonna be there. Danny already heading to the IG. That's crazy. Damn, Daniel. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be wilder than that. I'm sure there's some details in there. There's some Diddy details that were left out. Diddy-esque party details that just were not shared. But the big picture of the story wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Said, Dan, you gotta have more finesse than that. Yeah, friends trying to get their rent paid. That's all that was. That's all that was. All right, what kind of last minute questions do we have? Y'all know I'm about to wrap things up. Last minute questions. No more calls though. I'm still recovering from the cancer call, to be honest with you. I gotta shake that off a bit. But last minute calls. Last minute questions. Last minute questions. How do I move on from my baby mama? She's moving on. I can't get over her. Yeah, she getting cracked right now, brother. That's rough. Oh my God, that's rough. That's a rough one. How fresh? When did y'all? How long ago did y'all break up? Baby mom's getting cracked, a different type of pain. What? How long ago did y'all break up, man? Talk to me. I'm here for you. Give me the details. It's hard because when you have when you have a child with somebody, you got to go no contact in like a very specific way. Here's how you do it, right? You got to see them. You got to talk to them because, obviously for the child, right? The way that you go no contact in that situation is you just don't give them access to your personality. You keep it business. There's no laughing. There's no joking. There's no personality. There's just hi and bye and talking about the child. That's how you go no contact with someone who you have to see. Had another client in a situation. It wasn't with the mother of a child or anything like that, but it was with the woman that was his coworker. So I had to give him the exact same advice. You can't be playful. You can't show a lot of personality. None of that. It's not good. It's not good. We broke up last year, but we've been hanging out all the time. Felt like she was leading me on. Yeah, that was the problem. You can't hang out with her, bro. You have to fully move on. You gotta let her get cracked in peace. You gotta let her get cracked in peace, bro. If you know she's trying to go to the chiropractor, you gotta let her go to the chiropractor. Found out she fell in love with a dude in Canada. Canada? Is she close to Canada? Is this like a long distance thing? Tell me she getting cracked in the sits. Was it Drake? Does Drake have your baby moms, bro? He's good for it. He's known to do it. You were dancing to Not Like Us, won't you? You were dancing and not like us. Drake saw it. He ain't like that shit. Now you cracking your baby mom. See, that's why I never played that song like that. I ain't want no type of problem. I listened to it twice. I ain't want no problems. I already know how you get down. So, sorry Drizzy got your chick, man. It's hard to come back from. Condolences. But in all seriousness, yes, you got to go no contact. And you have to like just leave it alone. That's all you can do. Okay. And it's gonna be hard not to play Drake though, cause them 3 albums is heat. That's gonna be harder than moving on. What's gonna be harder than talking to your baby moms is not playing Iceman. That's the real problem here. And now my heart really goes out to you. That's a tough one. That's a tough situation. Jesus Christ. All right. Last minute questions. Speak now, forever hold your peace. Speak now or forever hold your peace. All right, no more questions? Cool. People, if you want to 1-hour coaching call, you know what to do. Shoot me a DM. Let me know about your situation. If I can help you, I will send you a link to book your call. If you want to see these replays for the live, you can see them on YouTube. Link in bio for that. It's at The Signal Dating. I'll be live again tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay? So I will see y'all then. Appreciate the mods. Appreciate the chat. Y'all take care. All right, IG. Be easy.